Good evening, everyone. I'm excited to be here and speak with you today because what we're about to dive into is something I think many of us have felt but never fully understood. We live in a world where success is often measured by one thing: money. And as important as financial success is, I want you to understand that money doesn't make the man or woman your character, your impact, and your legacy do. So today we're going to talk about the idea that people respect money, not the person, and how we can shift that dynamic. Here are 7 key points to think about. 1. Society sees wealth before character. Material wealth. When people first meet you, they often look at what you have, your clothes, your car, your house, before they ever consider who you are. The unfortunate truth is that wealth becomes a kind of shortcut in their minds, a symbol that tells them whether you're worthy of their attention or respect. But the reality is, money doesn't define the quality of a person. Wealth is external, it's visible, and it's often flaunted as a symbol of achievement. But character is internal. It's not something you can see right away. It's not something that's displayed on a billboard or in a bank statement. This is why many people make the mistake of valuing someone based on their financial status before they've had the chance to understand what kind of person they really are. When people are blinded by money, they often overlook what truly matters: honesty, compassion, kindness, and integrity. These are the traits that define a person's character. But too often they take a back seat to material possessions. Think about how many times you've seen someone with money or power being praised, even when their values don't align with the way they live. The world seems to give them a pass because of their wealth. But here's the truth: money doesn't create respect. It can create fear, envy, or admiration for the wrong reasons, but it can never build a lasting foundation of respect. People might respect your money, but that's not the same as respecting you. The moment your wealth is gone, so is their respect. We've all seen people who were financially successful lose everything, and suddenly those who once sang their praises disappear. That's because those relationships were never built on mutual respect. They were built on material gain. When the money goes, so does the illusion. But when your character is solid, it doesn't matter what your financial status is. People who truly value you will respect you for the principles you live by, not the things you own. You may not always have financial success, but when you have integrity, kindness, and the ability to uplift others, you will always have respect that money can't buy. 2. Financial success is temporary, character is permanent. Money is a tool. It comes and goes often without warning. We've all seen people who seem to have everything one moment and then lose it all the next, whether through bad investments, market crashes, or unexpected life events. Financial success is fragile. It can shift with the tides of the economy, personal circumstances, or even a single bad decision. But while wealth can be fleeting, your character is something no one can take from you. It's what remains after the dust settles, after the highs and lows of life have come and gone. Character is built over time, through the way you handle challenges, how you treat others, and the principles you stand by when times are tough. Think of the people in history who've left a lasting impact. Rarely are they remembered for how much money they made. Instead, they're remembered for how they lived, how they led, and how they uplifted those around them. Their financial status wasn't what cemented their legacy. It was their values, their vision, and their unwavering commitment to making a difference. Money can buy you things, but it cannot buy trust, loyalty, or respect. And while financial success may give you temporary admiration, that fades when the money disappears. People will often follow wealth for what it can offer them, but they stay connected to character because of how it makes them feel and how it inspires them to be better. When financial success is all you have, you're left vulnerable to life's unpredictable turns. If your sense of self-worth is tied to your bank account, what happens when that account dries up? On the other hand, if your identity is rooted in character, if you are a person of integrity, generosity, and strength, no circumstance can rob you of that. Character is what keeps you grounded when everything around you changes. It's what allows you to rebuild when you experience loss. It's what ensures that no matter what happens, you remain valuable, not because of what you own, but because of who you are. When you focus only on financial success, you might find temporary happiness, but it's fragile. The next market dip, the next economic downturn, or even a personal setback can take that all away. However, when you build a life based on character, you have something far more powerful. You have the ability to weather any storm, knowing that what makes you valuable is not the amount of money in your account, but the strength of your character. In the end, financial success is just one chapter in the book of your life, but character is the constant thread that weaves through every page. It defines how you handle success, how you face failure, and how you leave a legacy that transcends material wealth. 3, people follow money, but they remember impact. In life, it's easy to see how people are drawn to those who have money. Financial success often acts like a magnet pulling people in, whether it's for opportunities, status, or connections. But while money might attract attention, it's important to understand that the impact you have on others is what truly lasts. People may be temporarily dazzled by wealth, but they remember the influence you had on their lives long after the money fades into the background. You see, people may chase after financial success because it represents comfort, security, or even admiration. However, the pursuit of wealth alone is shallow, and what's even more significant is how you use that success to create a meaningful difference in the world. At the end of the day, people will forget how much money you made, but they won't forget how you made them feel or how you improved their lives. Think about the individuals who've made a lasting impact on history. It's not their wealth that we remember, but the contributions they made to society, the way they lifted others up, and the legacy they left behind. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't leave behind riches, but his impact still resonates through every movement for equality. Mother Teresa lived a life of poverty, yet her compassion and dedication to helping others left a mark on the world that no amount of money could ever match. Money can only go so far. It can buy you a certain level of influence and power, but it cannot buy the kind of deep personal connection that true impact leaves behind. When people reflect on their lives, they don't recall the most extravagant possessions they had. They remember the people who touched their hearts, those who inspired them to be better, and those who helped them when they needed it most. Impact comes in many forms. It can be in the small gestures of kindness that change someone's day, or in the large-scale efforts that change communities or even nations. The real question is, how are you using your time, talents, and resources to leave a lasting imprint on the lives of others? Are you building a life that revolves around wealth, or are you building a life that focuses on enriching the lives of those around you? People might follow money because of what it can offer them in the short term, but they follow impact because it speaks to something deeper. Impact resonates with people on a personal level. It inspires, motivates, and transforms. When you focus on creating a legacy through impact, you create something that outlives you, a ripple effect that continues long after you're gone. In contrast, when your influence is solely based on wealth, it disappears as soon as the money does. That's why it's so important to remember that what you do with your success matters more than the success itself. How are you using your influence to improve the world around you? Are you investing in people? Are you lifting others up? Are you creating opportunities for growth and positive change? The people who leave a lasting legacy are those who understand that money is just a tool, a means to an end. The real goal is to create an impact so powerful that people remember not the size of your bank account, but the size of your heart, your vision, and the difference you made in their lives. 4, money can get you in the room, but character keeps you there. Money undoubtedly has the power to open doors. It can grant you access to exclusive networks, high-profile meetings, and opportunities that might otherwise remain out of reach. Financial success can buy you a seat at the table, and people often use wealth as a ticket to enter spaces where influence and decision-making occur. But here's the catch: money might get you in the room, but it won't keep you there. Once you've stepped into that room, what matters most is who you are, how you carry yourself, and the values you bring with you. Your character becomes the key to longevity. People may respect your financial status at first, but over time, they start paying attention to your integrity, your trustworthiness, and your ability to treat others with respect and fairness. In any room you enter, people are watching closely. They're observing how you handle pressure, how you interact with others, and whether your actions align with your words. Money can't mask poor character for long. You might impress people initially with your success, but if you don't have the strength of character to back it up, those relationships will begin to erode. Eventually, people will distance themselves from you, and the opportunities will dry up. Think about it like this: wealth can buy you a reputation, but character builds a legacy. People will work with you, support you, and stay loyal to you not because of the money you bring, but because of the trust and respect you earn over time. They will remember how you treated them in tough situations, whether you kept your word, and whether you acted with fairness and decency when no one was watching. If money is the only reason you're in the room, then your position is fragile. Someone else with more money, more influence, or more power can come along and take that spot. But if you've built a reputation for being reliable, honest, and authentic, your place becomes secure, not because of your wealth, but because of who you are. In business, leadership, or any form of success, longevity comes from relationships, and relationships are built on trust. When people know they can count on you to act with integrity, even when it's difficult, that's when they want to keep you around. They'll continue to invite you into rooms where decisions are made because they know that your character adds value beyond financial gain. We've all seen stories of individuals who were granted access to powerful circles purely because of their wealth, only to be exposed later for lacking the integrity to stay there. They're eventually pushed out, no matter how much money they have, because money can't compensate for a lack of character. On the other hand, those with integrity, humility, and a strong sense of purpose not only maintain their positions, but also expand their influence over time. In the end, what really keeps you in the room is your ability to add value beyond just financial contributions. Are you the kind of person people can trust? Do you lift others up? Do you follow through on your commitments? Do you maintain ethical standards even when it's hard or when no one else is? These are the questions that matter. Character is what sustains your influence long after the initial glow of financial success fades. It's the foundation upon which lasting success is built. When money gets you in the room, make sure your character is what keeps you there, because that's what people will ultimately remember. 5. The price of success shouldn't be your soul. In the pursuit of success, it's easy to get caught up in the chase. We live in a world that glorifies achievement, wealth, and status. Everywhere you look, it seems like people are pushing harder and sacrificing more to reach the top. But here's something we don't talk about enough. What are you willing to give up to get there? For too many people, the price of success ends up being their integrity, their values, and sometimes even their soul. The road to success is full of tempting shortcuts. There's always an opportunity to make a little more money or gain a little more power if you're willing to compromise your principles. Maybe it's a shady business deal that promises a quick profit, or maybe it's turning a blind eye to unethical practices just to stay ahead. In the moment, these choices might not seem like a big deal. But every time you compromise your values for the sake of success, you lose a little bit of yourself. True success is not just about what you gain, it's about what you don't lose in the process. If you reach the top by betraying who you are, then what have you really achieved? The hollow victories won through deceit or dishonor might bring temporary rewards, but they come at the cost of your self-respect, your peace of mind, and often the trust and relationships you've built along the way. We've all heard stories of people who made it only to find themselves deeply unhappy. They have the money, the power, the status, but they've lost their sense of purpose, their core values, and sometimes the people they care about. That's because success that's achieved at the expense of your soul is not success at all. It's a prison disguised as prosperity. It traps you in a cycle of always needing more. Because no matter how much you accumulate, it never fills the emptiness left by compromising who you are. Your soul, your values, your integrity, your sense of right and wrong is the most valuable thing you have. It's what guides you when the path isn't clear, and it's what keeps you grounded when things get tough. Once you start sacrificing your soul for success, it becomes harder and harder to find your way back. The lines between right and wrong blur, and before you know it, you've lost sight of the very principles that once mattered most to you. It's not just about what you're willing to do to succeed, it's about what you're not willing to do. Success without limits can be dangerous because when you have no boundaries, there's no end to what you'll compromise. You have to set a standard for yourself, a line that you won't cross, no matter how lucrative the opportunity or how enticing the reward. The real challenge is to stay true to who you are, even when it's difficult, even when taking the high road means slower progress, even when sticking to your principles costs you a deal, a promotion, or a chance to move ahead. Because in the long run, the success that matters isn't the one measured by your bank account. It's the one measured by your peace of mind, your relationships, and the legacy you leave behind. What good is financial success if you can't look at yourself in the mirror with pride? What's the point of reaching the top if you're standing there alone, having pushed away the people who loved and trusted you? The price of success should never be your soul. Because once you lose that, no amount of money, status, or power can ever truly replace it. True success is about staying grounded, staying humble, and staying true to your values no matter how high you rise. It's about reaching your goals without sacrificing your humanity along the way. Remember, success isn't defined by what you gain, but by what you refuse to lose: your integrity, your dignity, and your soul. Those are the things that will define your legacy long after the money is spent and the accolades have faded. Thus, you will always have respect that money can't buy. 6, respect is earned, not bought. Respect is one of the most valuable things you can earn in life, yet it's something that cannot be purchased with wealth or status. No matter how much money you have, true respect, the kind that is genuine and lasting, can only come from the way you live, the way you treat others, and the principles you uphold. It's easy to confuse fear or admiration with respect when you have financial power, but those things are temporary. Real respect runs deeper than material possessions, and it's built over time through your actions. One of the biggest misconceptions in life is that wealth automatically commands respect. Yes, money can get people's attention. It can even compel people to treat you with deference. But that's not respect, that's obligation, or even fear of losing opportunities tied to your financial influence. People may smile in your presence, they may flatter you, but that doesn't mean they respect you for who you are. They may respect the power your money represents, but the moment that power disappears, so will their loyalty. Respect that is rooted in wealth is fragile and conditional. It's based on what you can offer others rather than who you are. When you strip away the material wealth, you'll quickly find that people who once flocked to you for your money might distance themselves if there's no genuine connection, no foundation of mutual trust and admiration. This is why it's so important to focus on earning respect through your character rather than through financial status. Because what lasts is not what you have, but how you make others feel and how you live your life. Earning respect requires consistency, integrity, and a commitment to doing what's right even when it's difficult or when no one is watching. It's easy to command respect when things are going well, when you're on top. But the true test of respect is how people see you during challenging times. How do you handle adversity? Do you maintain your integrity even when it's hard? Do you stand by your values when there's pressure to compromise? People are watching, and it's in these moments that respect is truly earned. Respect is earned by being a person others can trust. Trust is the cornerstone of respect. When you consistently show up as someone who keeps their word, who can be relied upon, and who treats others with dignity and fairness, you create a bond that money can't buy. People respect those who lead with honesty, who admit their mistakes, and who strive to do better, not for their own gain, but for the benefit of others. One of the key ways to earn respect is by how you treat people, especially those who have nothing to offer you. It's easy to be kind and respectful to someone who can help you climb the ladder of success, but true character is revealed in how you treat those who can't do anything for you in return. Do you treat everyone with the same level of respect, regardless of their status? That's what people remember. The way you treat the janitor, the waiter, the clerk, these are the moments that define your character and the respect you will ultimately earn. Another crucial element of respect is humility. People respect those who acknowledge that they don't know everything, who are willing to listen and learn from others, no matter their level of expertise. Arrogance repels respect. It creates a barrier between you and others because it signals that you think you're above them. But when you lead with humility, when you're open to learning and growing, you show that you value others' opinions and experiences, and this fosters respect. In leadership, respect is the foundation for influence. You can't effectively lead people if they don't respect you. And again, this respect isn't derived from your title, your authority, or your bank account. It comes from how you lead. Are you empathetic? Do you take the time to understand others' perspectives? Are you fair in your decisions? Leaders who earn respect are those who empower others, who lead by example, and who put the needs of the team before their own. In the end, respect is not something you can demand or manipulate with money. It's something you build through years of consistent action, grounded in honesty, humility, and fairness. You may achieve financial success, but if you don't have respect, that success is hollow. What truly matters is the legacy you leave behind, the respect that endures long after the financial success has faded. That's the kind of respect that's earned, and it's worth more than any amount of wealth. 7, relationships built on wealth are shallow. One of the most profound truths in life is that the quality of your relationships determines the quality of your life. But if those relationships are built solely on wealth, status, or material gain, they tend to be shallow and fleeting. When money becomes the foundation of a connection, it creates relationships based on convenience, not on genuine care, loyalty, or mutual respect. People may be drawn to your wealth, but if that's the only thing holding them close, those relationships will crumble the moment the money fades.
It's important to recognize that true relationships, those that stand the test of time, are built on trust, shared experiences, and mutual values. When you allow wealth to be the primary bond between you and others, you miss out on the deeper connections that are necessary for a fulfilling life.
People who are only interested in your financial status are not really interested in you, they're interested in what you can offer. And that's a dangerous place to be, because as soon as your financial circumstances change, so does the nature of the relationship. Wealth can certainly make life more comfortable, and it can open doors to exciting experiences and opportunities. But those are surface-level benefits. What happens when the excitement fades? When the parties, the luxury, and the perks are no longer novel, what's left? If there's no deeper bond beneath the surface, the relationship quickly becomes hollow. The true essence of a relationship goes beyond material things. It's about emotional support, understanding, loyalty, and the ability to stand by each other through the ups and downs of life. Relationships that are rooted in wealth often lack the emotional depth and resilience needed to survive tough times. When adversity strikes, you see the true nature of those relationships. Will they stick around when the money is gone? Will they support you when there's no benefit to them? In many cases, the answer is no, because the relationship wasn't built on anything substantial. It was transactional. And when the transaction is no longer favorable, it ends. On the other hand, relationships built on trust, respect, and genuine care last through any financial situation. Whether you're rich or struggling, the people who truly care about you won't be there for what you can give them. They'll be there because they value who you are. These are the relationships that matter most, the ones that provide real support, comfort, and joy in life. It's also important to consider how wealth affects your ability to form new relationships. When people know you have money, it becomes difficult to discern who is drawn to you for the right reasons. Are they interested in your personality, your values, your company? Or are they interested in the lifestyle you provide? This creates a challenge because it can be hard to trust whether someone's intentions are pure, and that uncertainty can lead to loneliness, even when you're surrounded by people. We've all seen stories of people who seem to have everything: wealth, fame, success, but who struggle with deep loneliness. Why? Because wealth attracted people, but it didn't foster genuine relationships. They might have been surrounded by people who wanted something from them, but few who truly cared about them as individuals. That's why so many wealthy people, despite their material abundance, report feeling isolated and disconnected. Money can't buy the kind of companionship that fills your heart and soul. In the end, it's not the number of people around you that matters, it's the depth of the relationships you cultivate. Are your connections genuine? Do they bring you fulfillment beyond material gain? These are the questions that matter. The people who will stand by you through thick and thin, regardless of your financial status, are the ones worth investing in. These are the relationships that give life meaning, and they are far more valuable than anything money can buy.